Thanks so much for joining us. I want to start right away here in Fox 9 Plus and Fox Local with an investigation at a child care center in Savage. This is where an infant died yesterday. It's our top story here at 7 o'clock. Police today are sending a warning to the community, telling them to monitor their children if they attend the Rocking Horse Ranch Child Care Center. Our Karen Scullen has been looking into this.
Next on Fox 9, a local daycare shut down after the death of an infant. The warning from authorities for parents of other children at that child care center. Then Minnesota health officials are out with their own vaccine recommendations, how they differ from recent federal guidance.
There are employers in all sectors that would be impacted by this.
Plus, Minnesota businesses could soon feel the impact of new changes to work visas and putting the spotlight on historic landmarks in Minneapolis.
I feel very honored that they would seek out my father's home.
This is Fox 9 News at 9.
Our top story tonight, an investigation is now underway at a child care center in Savage where an infant died yesterday.
Today, police sent a warning to the community telling them to monitor their children if they attend the Rocking Horse Ranch Child Care. Fox 9's Babs Santos has been looking into what this is all about and joins us now with an update. Babs?
Well, Randy, Kelsey, tonight the Savage Police Department says its thoughts are with the family. Meanwhile, the BCA is also involved in this investigation, and this facility's license has been suspended.
The Department of Children, Youth, and Families has immediately, temporarily suspended the license at Savage's Rocking Horse Ranch Child Care Facility effective Tuesday, a move that prohibits the facility from providing any child care services, as authorities say children here are at imminent risk of harm. This after the letter also reveals in just the last few days, 2 infants have needed emergency medical care after displaying similar and significant respiratory distress symptoms. The first incident happening Friday, the second incident happening Monday, and resulting in the death of a child. As of Tuesday, it remains unclear what caused that death. But in the meantime, authorities are telling families with children who come here to closely monitor their children and seek immediate medical attention if they see altered mental status or unusual behavioral changes. A look at Department of Human Services records show in June, authorities found hazardous objects were accessible to children, areas used by children were not in good repair, and staff orientation training did not include all required items. While in March, children did not have access to personal hygiene products, food did not comply with nutritional recommendations of the USDA, and products to control diaper rash were not properly labeled.
And back to the victim in all of this, that infant is now with the medical examiner's office for an autopsy, after which they will release that infant's identity and hopefully the cause of death. Reporting live tonight in Savage, Babs Santos, Fox 9.
All right, Babs, more to come on this. Thank you. Next in the rundown, developments related to the ongoing battle between the city of Minneapolis and Hamoudi Sabri.
The two have gone to court in a civil case as Sabri allowed a homeless encampment on his property, which Minneapolis has since cleared. Fox 9's So Young Kim joining us now in our live center with those details on this restraining order. So Young?
Kelsey, Randy, a judge today ruling in favor of the city, granting a temporary restraining order. It now forces Sabri to go without opening the encampment for the foreseeable future on any of his Minneapolis properties, including the site of the recent mass shooting. As of yesterday, Sabri called the 90-day period too long and was planning to only wait 30 days. The city of Minneapolis responding to the ruling, saying, quote, encampments are not safe, not for residents, neighbors, or surrounding businesses. Once services and shelter are offered, encampments must be closed. This ruling allows us to do exactly that and move people towards safer, more stable housing. Meantime, Sabri also releasing a statement in response to today's ruling, saying in part, quote, while I am weighing my next legal strategy, that strategy must also hold the city accountable for its profound dereliction of duty and care in public health and safety, especially when millions of dollars allocated for people experiencing homelessness have been wasted or mismanaged. It's clear this probably isn't the end of this dispute. We'll bring you more as this develops. For now, reporting in the Life Center, So Young Kim, Fox 9.
All right, thank you, So Young. And in the case of another mass shooting, Minneapolis police say 24-year-old Travion Green has been arrested and is facing murder charges in connection to the shooting that killed one man and injured 6 others in Minneapolis at the end of August. Police say Green was taken into custody last night without incident. Investigators say 2 others, Ryan Quinn and Tiffany Martindale, were also arrested related to the incident. They're facing charges for aiding an offender on probation or parole.
A former state senator, Nicole Mitchell, has been sentenced after she was found guilty of breaking into her stepmother's home back in April of 2024. Mitchell will serve 6 months in jail. That is the mandatory minimum. She will serve most of that time in the Ramsey County Jail, where she will be given work release. Mitchell told the court she accepts full responsibility.
Your Honor, I deserve to be here today. The things said and the harm I caused are real things. And I completely abide by whatever you feel is fair.
Mitchell's stepmother was also in court today. She says she does not agree with this sentence. Nicole Mitchell will begin her sentence on October 8th.
It's going to be cost prohibitive for employers.
And new tonight, President Trump's decision to add an extra $100,000 fee on H-1B visa applications for foreign workers could have a big impact here in Minnesota. The program allows foreign workers with specialized skills to come to the U.S. temporarily. Just this year, Minnesota companies used the program to hire more than 3,600 employees. Fox 9's Mike Manzoni joining us in our newsroom tonight. So, Mike, there's still some confusion over what could happen with this.
Kelsey, that new policy took effect 2 days ago, but immigration attorneys still have some unanswered questions, like whether it applies if someone already here gets another job. Here are the 5 companies in Minnesota that hired the most H-1B workers this year. U.S. Bank tops the list with nearly 600 applications approved. Other companies rounding out the top 5 include Optum, Mayo Clinic, Medtronic, and the University of Minnesota. H-1B visas are good for 3 years, and you can renew them once. Minneapolis immigration attorney Matthew Webster says the new fee will also make it harder to find healthcare providers in rural areas.
These are areas where sometimes the patients are having to drive hours to get the care that they need right now because there aren't physicians, primary care physicians or specialists in their community. And this is really the only way, this H-1B program is really the only way to get those physicians in those communities.
And President Trump says he is doing this because companies are using the program to replace American workers. We've reached out to the state's top 5 H-1B employers for comment, but haven't heard back. In the newsroom tonight, Mike Manzoni, Fox 9.
All right, thank you, Mike.
In an unprecedented move and departure, Minnesota health officials are distancing their COVID-19 vaccine recommendations from recent federal guidance. This comes after shifting federal guidelines have caused some confusion among both patients and providers here in Minnesota. As our So Young Kim reports, this state-level protocol was a result of the governor's executive order asking for clarity.
Everybody's always concerned, am I following the rule right? Am I stepping out of this? Do I make liability on it?
At Governor Tim Walz's request, the Minnesota Department of Health is providing clarity on the state's COVID-19 vaccine recommendations. Walz said he had issued that executive order earlier this month in response to confusion around federal agencies limiting access to vaccines.
The bottom line is, as it's always been and always should be, your doctor and your provider make the decisions on the vaccines you're going to get that are safe.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. had previously said the reason for the shift in federal policy is due to safety concerns.
mRNA technology poses more risk than benefits.
Now, Minnesota health officials making a clear departure from following federal guidelines on the matter to primarily relying on professional medical associations representing pediatricians, family doctors, and obstetricians. They recommend people over 6 months old should have the option to receive the COVID-19 vaccine without additional barriers. And state health officials are also empowering pharmacists to offer vaccination more broadly than federally recommended.
I assure Minnesotans they're going to be able to get the vaccines they need.
So Young Kim, Fox 9.
Still to come, an uncertain time for soybean farmers in Minnesota.
How today's trade wars are forcing them to make some difficult decisions right now. And online challenges having deadly consequences. Victims' families share their stories.
Plus, the plans for a new water park connected to the Mall of America and the time frame for that watery slide fun coming up. And Cody.
Yeah, it's going to be another night of fog. Dense fog advisories issued for northeastern Minnesota, northwest Wisconsin. Admittedly, we could see some of that in the Twin Cities metro yet again tomorrow morning, but it's going to be a quiet few days ahead. We'll talk that coming up.